outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. How you doing? It's the Cowboys fan, Dan Conti, back here for Week 12 of the NFL. As you all know, I'm not very happy this week. And if you don't know why, you're not watching this show in the first place. So we all know the Dallas Cowboys went down to San Francisco 49ers last Sunday at Texas Stadium, 38-20, a game that shocked the nation. And, yeah, I'm pretty upset about it, but don't worry about me. I'm okay. I really don't take this as seriously as people might think. I am stable. My girlfriend called me Sunday night. We had a nice talk for 2 hours about nothing at all. And I went to bed happy. But, you know, I want to show everyone I'm a good sport this week. Because when you talk trash when the teams win, but you got to take the abuse when they lose. And that's what I'll be doing this week, taking the abuse. My guest this week is Anthony Sanfisa, who is returning from the pub once again. Anthony's a big San Francisco 49er fan, and he's going to let me have it. So, well, Anthony, let me have it.
Well, Dan, actually, the truth is, I've been thinking of things to say to you for a week, for this whole day, but I really can't think of anything because
can't think of anything.
49ers have just totally demolished the Cowboys with Elvis Gerback. Without even Steve Wallace as an all-pro offensive lineman wasn't even there. Just the 49ers were dismantled, yet they still seem to totally control every aspect of that game.
All right, that's not too bad. All right.
And let me add one other thing. The greatest moment was watching all the Cowboys on the sidelines in just disbelief. Troy Aikman shaking his head, going, what the heck happened? What happened? How did we lose this game? Yeah, Barry Switzer throwing a conniption fit.
Yeah, well, you brought up some great points there, some interesting points. I really can't explain what happened to the Cowboys, and other than just complete shock. I mean, part of the reason I talk trash on this show is because I have faith in my Cowboys that they're going to go out there on Sunday and do the job, but they were just not prepared for that football game. And you saw it right away. Go ahead, Anthony.
Can I just say one other thing? I was going to say to see you at the campus pub, but I just didn't have the chance. I wanted to say that 49ers were, without doubt, on the lowest of the low at that moment when they lost to the Carolina Panthers.
And that's what I was afraid of. I said 2 weeks earlier in my show, I'm like, you know, maybe they should just beat the Panthers because I don't want them to hit rock bottom. And what do you know? The 49ers woke up. The Cowboys are still sleeping. I don't know. I mean, the 5 years since this decade began, you know, with with Emmitt Smith and Troy Aikman and Michael Irvin, this is just the most embarrassed I've been of this team. The most disappointed I've been of the Cowboys in the 90s because they just, I mean, it's one thing if they would have went out and lost. You know, they went out and played, you know, they talked trash all week and then they lost. But, I mean, it was the NFC Championship game all over again.
They could have even gotten destroyed 50-3. I really saw nothing that was stopping them until the 49ers just basically said, "All right, I think the game's wrapped up."
Yeah, I know.
And of course, they were throwing bombs to Irvin so he can continue his streak.
That didn't work. How
ridiculous was that?
But I just didn't understand. I mean, they just were not ready to play. And I mean, after the way the NFC Championship game happened last January, and even though the Cowboys rolled up a big record and the 49ers were hurt. I mean, that's got to be in the back of the Cowboys' minds, thinking what happened last January. And how they let the 49ers do that to them again. It's just unbelievable. I mean, it would have been one thing if they would have went out and lost, but it was the same game over again. I can't believe they let that happen.
I think it's just a sign of 49ers being a true champion. And that's, I mean, it's honestly, they're Super Bowl champions. You got to give them the respect that they have for winning it.
I have no choice but to credit the 49ers. They did play a good game. At the same time, though, Barry Switzer is not an NFL coach. Well, and I've been in denial for 2 years. I'll give you that. I miss Jimmy Johnson like hell. Barry Switzer is just not an NFL coach because what it is that he just can't prepare that team for that big game.
What I think it is that Barry Switzer really is just he wants the players to motivate themselves, and basically the Cowboys are like, we're gonna kill the 49ers.
I understand, yeah,
and they had no need for motivation.
That's Barry's philosophy, but he's got to understand that only works on superstars like Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, and Michael Irvin. And you saw, I mean, Aikman went out, so obviously he had no effect on what happened. It must have been killing him to watch the game in the locker room. Emmitt Smith still rolled up $1 on 18 carries, so you know he was out there motivated. Michael Irvin, after that fumble, just went into a daze or something. But the rest of that team Barry Switzer's got to motivate the rest of that team because they just can't go out there and do it on their own, and he's just not doing the job. I don't know. I mean, you're just all happy, so just live it up.
All right. The Cowboys choked. 49ers won, not only won, but won big.
All right.
And I'm so happy about this, but you know, I can't put it in your face too much because I don't want it to backtrack. I don't want it to backtrack.
Yeah, learn the lesson that I have learned. Do not smoke trash too much because you're going to get burned. So all you Niner fans, you better enjoy it now because, you know, if something goes wrong in January, it's going to come back double time. So just learn the lesson. Just stay low, all right? And then I can't get in your face too bad in January when we beat you.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know what's going to happen.
They're standing on the sidelines going, wait till next time, wait till next time.
But they should have been doing that last week.
What? They've been saying wait till next time for the past 3 games already.
Exactly.
Time to do something about it. I don't know, Barry Switzer.
Yeah, he's not getting the job done. And here's really where the Cowboys miss Jimmy Johnson. Because here's what Jimmy would have done. Because I mean, you know Jimmy's a great coach. And that team was invincible with Jimmy Johnson. Because with Jimmy Johnson going into the preparation for the week, because Jimmy Johnson's a psychological motivator, psychological master, he would have had that team motivated under this condition. You beat the 49ers now, you don't see them again. Exactly. Same thing last year. Exactly. If Jimmy Johnson's coaching that team, they go into San Francisco, he says, guys, you beat the 49ers now, you don't come back to Candlestick Park in January. This year, if they had Jimmy Johnson, he's like, you put the 49ers away, you don't see them in the playoffs. They're done. Put them away now. And that's what Jimmy Johnson would have done. Barry Switzer cannot motivate this team. And I'm finally coming out of denial. He's just not an NFL coach. And Jerry Jones looking more like that drunk guy in the bar, you know, that southern guy, you know, with the hayseed sticking out, you know, trying to run a football team. It's starting to get embarrassing. I mean, I'm not pressing the panic button. I mean, in reality,
they're still 8-2. They still have a great shot of.
They have the best record in the NFC.
Home field advantage throughout the playoffs.
They pretty much are going to have home field advantage throughout the playoffs. They do have a 2-game lead on the 49ers. There's only 6 games left that should hold up unless there's a complete collapse. But I really don't see that happening because Troy Aikman should play this week against the Oakland Raiders. And that makes me feel a little bit better. But I mean, they got to bounce back.
Speaking of quarterbacks and being injured, terrible thing to happen to Steve Young. He's going to be out for a month.
Yeah.
And I just can't see Elvis Gerback at a quarterback for a month. I mean, he played great against the Cowboys, but he's no Steve Young. Steve Young, I really have to give. I never really I doubted him for a lot. Even when he won the Super Bowl, I still doubted him. But really, you know, he now has 49ers. He is just as good, if not better, than Joe Montana. And I have to.
I don't know about if better than Joe Montana. I'd slow down there for a second there. But yeah, Young's going to miss 3 to 4 weeks. He had arthroscopic surgery on that shoulder finally. And it's going to be interesting to see, I mean, how the 49ers react because, I mean, quite frankly, they get the Dolphins on Monday night next week. And
potential loss.
Potential loss because, I mean, the Niners are going to they're coming off that big win against the Cowboys. The Dolphins are coming off a loss at home to New England. And you know how these games go in the NFL. Annihilated by the Patriots at home. I mean, maybe if Dan Marino don't break a record in this game, they'll probably win because that seems to jinx them. You remember the Colts game, he broke the record for, I think, most completions or something. They stopped the game, and the Colts go on and beat him. So if Marino don't break any records this week, then they should have a pretty good chance against the 49ers. But, you know, like I said, I'm not pressing the panic button. Cowboys should still get home field advantage. What's that going to mean? I mean, can the Niners beat the Cowboys twice in Dallas in the same year? Is it possible?
You never know.
There is now doubt, I suppose.
After that win, you just don't know.
You just don't know. Well, I guess, you know, I guess it's good for the league. It's good for fans, you know. I was talking to my girlfriend. Her father said, you know, there is a God, because he hates the Cowboys. He likes me, though, but he hates the Cowboys. He says, there is a God, you know, the Cowboys aren't invincible. And I guess it's a sacrifice for the better of the majority. And that I can feel good about that. It'll make things more interesting, and I guess we really have a rivalry now. With the 49ers. Well, we had a rivalry, but now it's just escalated now.
What I'd just like to add on is that 49ers seem to always have these rivalries. I mean, first it was the Giants, now it's the Cowboys, then it was the Redskins. Where was the Cowboys?
When was a 49er-Redskin rivalry? I really don't remember.
Well, during 81, 82, 83. They lost to the Redskins.
That's right. Yeah, but nobody remembers that, really. I mean, the 49er-Cowboy rivalry now really is... It's really spanned now 3 different decades. I mean,
49ers have just had rivalries all throughout the past, like, decade and a half. Yeah. Where were the Cowboys there?
Well, the 49er Cowboy rivalry goes back now to the early 70s when the Cowboys beat the Niners 3 straight years in the playoffs. Niners got their revenge in '81 with the catch, and now it seems to be seesawing back and forth here in the '90s. And really the only playoff rivalry of this magnitude had to be the Raiders and Steelers back in the '70s when they'd battle every year to go to the Super Bowl. But, I mean, this is just a war. The Cowboys hate the 49ers. Cowboy fans hate 49er fans.
Vice versa.
And vice versa, you know. Although I let Anthony come on the show today to show everyone I'm a good sport, you know. People say, hey, Conte, you going to do a show this week? And of course I'm going to do a show. I can't back down like that. You got to take the good with the bad. It's not over yet, baby. It's only November.
How many phone calls did you get that day?
Actually, I got some random calls from some people. Most of it were pretty peaceful. You know, some little jabbering. Hey, it's 21-0. You know, hang up. I got a call from a crazy Bengal fan. Actually, I meant to call him back, but you know, I was a little upset at the time. But you know, I'd say about 10 people maybe called my room.
I know, I did twice.
Yeah, you did. You kept calling. Anthony kept calling me. I left the phone off the hook because I didn't want to hear anything. I didn't have time to talk to people. So I was a little annoyed, and you know, you understand why if you're a Cowboy fan or if you're a fan anytime. But I decided to do my penance. I'm going to punish myself for the rest of the year. From this point forward, I shall no longer bash on Jet fans because I know I've been kind of bad to them, and God punished me this week with the Cowboy loss. So that's it. I'm done bashing on Jet fans. So
about Niners fans?
Well, Niner fan. Well, I mean, Jet fans are really taking. I mean, I like to joke and make fun of the Jet fans and the Jets because they've been so bad in the last few years. But I decided to let go of the Jets now, let them play.